All right, guys, I'm going to share a story with you about a bunch of different people and businesses that all have one thing in common. Let's take, for example, the team called Gym Reinforcements. Their leadership team came to us and they had a definite need for improving communication. Uh, this company has leaders that are all over the world and they work remotely with each other. Obviously, communication and trying to figure out what the right communication vehicle could be. Then to really figure out the giftedness of each person and to create a team environment and improve the teamwork, and then establish a culture of accountability, because there's no accountability where you can't see people and work with people. So this team really had some challenges that we got to work through, but they're going to be very similar to the other teams that we're going to show you about. Take, for instance, the Transform team. This was a joy for me to be able to worked with them for 10 plus years. And there was a lot of moving parts and a lot of moving pieces. The owner was phenomenal at knowing that he wanted to create a leadership and growth culture in his organization because he understood that people were the most appreciable asset. The results that this organization was able to achieve in 10 different locations, 10 independent siloed businesses, was off the charts astronomical. And they were able to develop an internship and mentorship program and process for all new hires to make sure that they got indoctrinated into the culture using the system that I'm going to teach you about today. Then there's the Fit Body Bootcamp, King Cardine and Godrich teams. They wanted to establish a growth culture and really bring in the behavioral style assessments that we use in our system to be able to show people who they were and what their skills were, what their strengths were, what their weaknesses were. They wanted to develop individual teammates to grow into leadership roles because they had a dynamic, fast-moving growth culture. And they wanted to establish a culture of high standards and production. The owner, it was very important to her that we could create those high standards and a culture of productivity and production. And the system that I'm going to share with you was able to help them do that. Then we have in the large ag John Deere dealership network, we have the Greenmark Equipment Leadership Team. We were specifically brought in to work with over 100 leaders to develop them to reduce the turnover that they were having in their individual departments, while at the same time improving team morale and creating a culture of producing great results. It took us a lot of time, but the system that works for a growth-minded, career-minded person, works for an entrepreneur, works for business owners and their teams, worked inside of a large 500 employee company. Then we go back down to the smaller size and we talk about the Fit Body Bootcamp Ohio leadership team, where we had to create a standard for leadership. And it was really personal leadership in the company because people needed to identify what their values were. They needed to identify, what their habits were that were going to lead them to produce consistent excellence in their own role, let alone making sure that we could get to the results. We had to improve teamwork because they were pretty siloed and they all looked at themselves with individuality and didn't understand then how to bring that all together as a team. And we established a culture of accountability that funnels down to every person. And again, the system that we use is the same one that I've just already shared you that others have used. Then an oldie but a goodie, because this is one of my first best clients years ago. We have the Lasco Services leadership team. What we needed to do is we needed to learn how to apply the leadership on a daily basis. We could talk about it in a room, but then going out and actually doing what they needed to do, taking the right steps, learning about themselves was a big part of what our system taught them. And they had to have a discipline and a consistency in mind to use the systems that were established, because that was where they were falling down the most, is that their base core system of operation was very, very robust and strong, but they were cutting corners and they weren't always doing what they were supposed to. So once the system helped them navigate through that, then what they were able to do is create exponential growth and really grow the number of employees, the reach into the community that they were able to do. Now, look, the thing about all of these businesses from three majorly different industries inside of business is they all use the same system we use, my team personally. And there are so many more that I could show you from healthcare, from government, from education that are successfully using the system to model leaders we're following and grow our influence, the system to become servant leaders that pour into others. Imagine your team where everybody is helping everybody else out, caring about each other too, then create the success in both the personal and professional lives of every person on your team. This is a transformation of culture when this happens. And what it really does, it's done for me. This system creates a thriving life. To be able to spend time with my wife traveling, to enjoy our kids as they grow, and even be able to, as young adults, and travel with our kids, to spend time with friends. Right now, I'm recording this from Cozumel, where I'm on a friend trip, but this is what I wanted to share that was on my heart is this system allows me to do it. And it has allowed others to have the freedom in their life so that they don't feel like they're chained to their business 24/7, 365. That's not the way we are designed to live. And I'd like to go out and enjoy some fishing and some outdoor activities as well. And it just depicts that this is the same system that I use, that my team uses, that all of our clients use. And while not, we don't feel like we're chained to the business. That's the biggest part of this. And I've just decided this year that this is the time to make this system yours. It could be yours for 99.22%, almost 100% off what everybody else has paid. That's a savings of $59.53. Do the math. I'm willing to sell you this system as an individual person, or each person on your team can have access to the full-blown system that is $47. That is a huge discount, and I'm doing this for a specific reason. There is no better time in the history for us to seize the opportunity to help as many people as we possibly can. So who's this for? This is for career and growth-minded professionals that want something that they don't have. They want to get away from the overwhelm and the burnout, and they want to move to a thriving place in their career and life. This is for entrepreneurs that feel like they're alone on a desert island, and it doesn't have to be that way. The system is going to help you. This system is going to help small business owners and their teams where there's a disconnect between maybe what the vision of the owner is to what the activities of the employees do. And there could be a lot of friction, tension, and frustrations. And this is definitely for those middle managers and C-suite executives that have people north or south of them in a compass that they report to and have report to them. So they have to manage the tension of people, because that is what is the biggest challenge of middle management. So this is for a lot of different people, but this system, let me break down how it works. You enter into the system and you learn the basics. We call it base camp, and you learn the basics of what we're going to teach through 50 plus lessons and how it's going to work. We guide you into creating a success image and a success drive that becomes that North Star that you're out there looking towards every day, and it's based on success. Then we help you create a plan that you can commit to taking action on that takes you each day, step by step, towards the North Star. You just keep taking action. Then we show you how to empower your team, the people around you, to follow your lead and create a plan for them. We create a plan for everybody that points towards success, points to the success image and the success drivers, that North Star that we're focused on. And then what we end up seeing is you and your team learn how to prioritize through this system to create a high performance culture. A culture that thrives as a team and as a bond and as a unit together. Each of the organizations that I've already shared with you, that's exactly what they do. And they could speak to all of the results of 2, 3, 4xing their activities or profitability or revenue, because each of them had metrics that we were going to measure in the process. But it's that simple. We put you in the system and we create things for you. We listen to you. We help you. You watch videos. It's an amazing and robust system. We've created the system to work for you just as well as it works for us in our company and everybody that we've worked with. And I want to encourage you, now just to keep reading down the page to see in great detail what we've created and how it will work for you. If you just keep scrolling, you're going to see the entire thing. And this is a hint. This is in a lot of detail. I want us to be as transparent as possible with what success can look like and how simple this system is. We look forward to seeing you on the backside, of this, inside the system, taking your life back, eliminating the overwhelm, going from surviving to thriving. And we're here to cheer you on and support you in that process.